going on, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review. I'm Shawn Long, host and editor at NintendoEnthusiast.com. We didn't have the busiest week in the world of Nintendo. There's still lots of great stuff to cover. So let's go ahead and jump into this past week's news. Nintendo released a new document showcasing how their financial situation is going, and it's going pretty damn good, honestly. They currently have $4.7 billion in the bank and about $10 billion in current assets. Not too bad for a company that just makes video games, right? Also, it was reported in their annual shareholders meeting that Mario Kart 8 has sold over 2 million copies already. Pretty damn impressive for the Wii U, considering the install base isn't where they would like it to be right now. On top of that, Wii U sales have been going up, so it seems like Nintendo is finally trending in the right direction. Shovel Knight released this week on the 3DS and Wii U eShop, and it had a lot of hype going into it. Yacht Club Games really made a great game though, and it's been getting great reviews everywhere, including our own Ryan C., who reviewed this game for Nintendo Enthusiast. He gave it a 9.5 out of 10, citing a tight gameplay, masterfully crafted levels, and lots of upgrades to find, make it just an enjoyable game. I've been playing it myself, and it kicks all sorts of ass, so if you dig older games such as DuckTales, Castlevania, Mega Man for the NES and Super Nintendo, you'll feel right at home with this challenging but fun game. Could we see some multiplayer in The Legend of Zelda for Wii U? Maybe. While talking about Hyrule Warriors with Game Informer, Mr. Anumo said something very interesting. Quote, "When I was talking about making Zelda more than just a single-player experience, that's something you'll see in the future, maybe next year." What could that possibly mean? Is Tingle coming back? Oh god, I hope it's Tingle. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But it will be interesting to see where this goes. This week's Retro Game of the Week is brought to you by NewWaveTraders.com. For all your retro gaming and toy needs, be sure to visit NewWaveTraders.com. This week's Retro Game of the Week is one of my favorite games of all time. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the NES. Yes, you can buy the other version, just called Punch-Out, for the NES, and you can get it on eShop and all that great stuff, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is the best version. Why? Because you can almost treat Mike Tyson like a supervillain. You see, at the time of their original release, Mike Tyson was like the biggest boxer in the world, but he was also crazy as hell. And not a lot of people realized that until he lost to Buster Douglas and pretty much had a mental breakdown. So, purists, make sure you pick up this copy, pop it in your NES, have a great time with it. It's one of the most solid games ever created. Definitely the best sports game of all time, in my personal opinion, of course. This week I had an interview with one of my favorite people in the video game industry, Mike Matei of Cinemassacre. We talk about Wii U stuff, we talk about old school Nintendo stuff, talk about a bunch of cool stuff. So be sure to check out the full interview. On the YouTube page this week, I took a look at Another World for the 3DS in a video review, and Jason had a new episode of Indie Corner. Let's check out a clip.
The soundtrack to this game is amazing. I just couldn't get this song out of my head.
Alright folks, that's going to do it for this week. As always, be sure to visit NintendoEnthusiast.com for all your Nintendo news, reviews, previews, information. We got it all. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And, follow me on Twitter, at ShawnLong85. Do what you gotta do. Now, I know I usually do a dance at the end of the show, but I got a bit of bad news this week. Went to a physical with my doctor, and she told me my cholesterol was through the roof. So, I gotta work out instead. I'm sorry if you guys are a bit disappointed that I'm not gonna dance, but, I gotta hit the streets and work out. I'll see y'all next week. Oh man, slow down. You didn't even let me put on shoes, man. What the hell's wrong with you? You're a psycho. Give me a beer and a cigarette. Your fat ass needs to be doing this with me, dude. Why are you on a bike?